How you all been? I know it's been about a year or two since my last video, but I gotta put a new one up. Sitting at home, it's quarantine time, watching YouTube, watching the daily briefings. I'm also an essential worker. I drive a cement mixer, so I work Monday through Friday, provide supply to construction, which is here central, here in Florida. I was watching a buddy's video of mine today. I'm not going to call him out. Barely any views on his page. He needs a chance to spread his beliefs, but totally disagree with him. And I realize how far the left-hand media is going with their propaganda. And they truly are the propagandists, because the fact of the matter is this. January, Trump closed the borders to China in the middle of an impeachment against him. And then here we are, April, and they're saying he didn't act fast enough. But back in January and February, the Democrats left was still saying, oh, closing your border to China, that's racist. I'm sorry, I don't make sense to me. Like, how can you sit there and do one thing, and then months later say, oh, you didn't act fast enough? When he did act, you called him a racist. And then now, even Joe Biden is admitting that Trump did the right thing, after all. So it's basically down to Trump is leading great. And if you go and you break down the rules and the regulations, he's doing everything by the book. He's doing it by the law. And that's what's pissing off the Democrats. Is because every time they try to say, oh, something's illegal, you go look in the Constitution and you look at, there's even certain shows like Daily Wire. You look at their show. They bring up the actual Constitution, the paragraph, this and that, where it shows that he's not doing anything wrong. So what I've noticed is being a essential worker, though. I mean, this is just me venting. Me being a serious essential worker is less cars on the road, fuel prices dropping. So I've kind of realized the question is, with the internet being the way it is, and it's supposed to be led to get better, wouldn't more people supposed to be able to do their work from home anyways? Like, spend all this money on office buildings? For you to go to work when you can do it from home? To me, that would reduce company overhead. Really, you should only have to go to the office for important matters. Like maybe a weekly meeting or a daily meeting. Something like that. Something small. But most of the work you can do from home. Some days you might even have to go home and still do your work. They have this via the cloud, right? So that would reduce fuel demand. And you know, all you people on the left say, oh, the new Green Deal, we're polluting the planet. Well, why are you traveling to and from your work 2-3 times a day? Why are you going to and from work every day, 5 days a week, if you can work 3 days from home or 2 days from home and still get the same work done? Someone, please tell me that. And I think this also proves another point. With Trump's name about the World Health Organization, I want you guys to look up, there's other channels that will cover this. China has lied about their numbers. You cannot, and also they even lied about where it came from. Because if you remember, if you actually go back, look at the timeline. When this all first started was, oh, it happened in bats. But then, now it just came out, the mainstream media finally admitted it, that it originated in a lab. Whether it's man-made or naturally causing is still an argument, but depending on who you listen to, you hear both sides. But it originated in the lab. It was stored in the lab at some point. It infected a person in the lab. That person infected their boyfriend, and then they infected the wet market. Person and their boyfriend dead. Wet market people infected and started spreading out. Now, some sources said when the virus started, the Chinese government cut off all domestic travel from out of that province to control it. But guess what they didn't stop? International travel. So here's the question. If this is not being used as a weapon, or as some of my friends, which had videos say, I agree on this, it might be some sort of population control trying to be done globally by the Chinese government. Why would you allow international flights? Oh wait, because you don't care if you infect other countries. That's why Trump did the right steps of closing off the border to to China. And then you get called racist for doing it, but yet... So, and then when Trump comes back and shows the timeline by using your own footage against you, mainstream media, I hate to say it, you all call it propaganda. Are you guys have that bad of Trump deranged syndrome that you cannot deal with facts? The timeline is the timeline. Like it or not, Trump is doing the best job he can because there's no protocol for something like this. A global pandemic? Where was even if you had a White House group that Obama used, White House, it's never been at this scale. It's never been at this scale globally. And also, I want everybody to realize something. The United States, by itself, as one country, is bigger than Europe. If you take a picture of measurement, and the only one single country other than planets, the only countries really bigger than the United States, in pure size, I think, there are one country, not multiple countries on a continent. I want to say it's Australia, Russia, China, and that's it. They're the only countries, land mass wise, I think. Oh, maybe Canada. Canada comes pretty close too. But those are the only 5 biggest countries, land mass wise. But Russia, population is more to the western side of its creation. Population is higher on the west side, lower on the east side, closer to China. China's the exact opposite. Its eastern coastline borders are more populated compared to its western provinces. Australia is spread out pretty nicely, but except don't have really that much on the interior. So you have to ask yourself, though, with a country, United States, being bigger than Italy's only the size of like 2 or 3 of our states. 2 or 3 of our states, at the most. Why would we not have a higher death rate? Can someone please tell me that? Why would we not, with a higher population amount, a bigger size of a country, and I mean, it just astonishes me that certain facts can be allowed to be left out for an agenda. But I just want to say that, but I think Trump's doing a great job. People say he's going to be elected out. I don't believe so. And really, if you follow the constitutionally, Trump's doing it right. And every time the Democrats say, he can't do that, it's illegal, they are talking out their asses. They never say, what section of the Constitution? What section of federal law? What section of this? What section of that? They say, well, I believe it's illegal. How's it illegal? What section? Like, here, perfect example. Florida State Statute. Florida State Statute. There's a number behind that tells you what crime a crime was. You cannot sit there and tell me Trump's doing something illegal without giving me a statute. Give me a federal statute. Give me a state statute. Oh, wait. Washington, D.C. is a federal city. Which means if it's not a federal law, it's not illegal. There's got to be a federal law. When the Washington, D.C. was created, okay, it was a country. It's a state on its own, but it's a completely federal state. And what I mean by that is it's where the federal government can act within itself without having to provide by any state laws. Which means no one has jurisdiction in D.C., no state, only D.C. D.C. the city, D.C. the state, it's all one. And that was to protect federal workers from being harassed by state governments. That's what that is. It's to give the separation, yet annuity of the government. So, like I said, unless someone can come up with a statute. I'm getting tired of hearing, oh, Trump did this illegally. Trump did that. Give me a statute. Give me the proof. Give me a case law. Give me something. And for y'all you say he's doing a bad job, what would you have done? And by the way, on another note, if you actually do your research and actually paid attention over the past 4 years, you know Trump has donated every check except for $1 from every check. He has federal law. He has to take $1 from every check. Has went back to shearing up the budget for our different departments in the government to help, including the last one going to medical. So, yeah, have fun with that.